All right. Right. Think we're good to go. And today we're going to be testing out Tholin in Hydra. First of all, got to collect this garbage gear. And we'll go ahead and we'll probably sell all of it. And I'll just wait for a few people to show up and I will be testing out Tholin. See if he's any good. So the main thing that I'm going to be trying today is see how Tholin does in my various current Hydra teams and see if he fits anywhere. First thing I'm going to do is compare him to Thor. This will be my normal team, and I'm just going to take out Thor and I'm going to put in Tholin and see how they compare. So that's what I'm going to start with here in a couple minutes. Just see how that goes. See how Tholin does. He is not currently booked. He is not min-maxed or anything. He's in pretty good gear. What's up, everybody that's just showing up? I'm going to be testing out Tholin in a few minutes. And we'll see how it goes. He is not booked. He is built pretty decently. Built him last night live on stream. I would say that my Thor build is better, but they're similar. Similar type champions from what I can tell. And we'll see how that goes. I'll first test him out on Nightmare. Depending on how that goes, or Ultra Nightmare or whatever. What does Hydra even go up to? I'm going to test him out on Nightmare Hydra. And if that goes well, maybe I'll leave it alone. Maybe I'll try Thor somewhere else, but probably not. I might try him on different levels of Hydra. Just depends on how long it takes and how it goes. I will go ahead and show you how I have Tholin built. I only have the 1 star on him so far. I am going to be going for the 5 stars for him through the current events going on. I am tackling the Demon Slayer Titan event, even though it's taking a lot of energy. So, back to Tholin. I've got him in Cruel and Lethal. Got him with crit damage gauntlets. Going with attack percentage, focusing more on his attack than his accuracy, though he probably has enough accuracy. We've got speed boots. I want him going decently fast. And then nothing special. I just have him in attack ring, crit damage, attack banner. Don't have enough merciless gear to go around for my dwarves. So just going with the basic lethal and cruel sets there. I will go ahead and show you my Hydra stats I do have my Hydra bonuses pretty well filled out. With those stats, he'll have nearly 5,600 attack, 250 speed, 320 crit damage, and 347 accuracy. And then I did throw on this relic. Wearer deals pure damage equal to 20% of their attack to enemies that resist debuffs from the wearer. And then I've got receives 5% less damage from single target attacks. And speed increases by 2 for each dead ally. Shouldn't be a huge problem, I don't think. I haven't upgraded this at all, so I better do that pretty quick. And then we'll get him going. So level 9. I'm not going to waste too many resources on him just yet. I do have him in the 1-star Nature's Wrath. Obviously, he would be doing a lot better with 5 stars. And then we'll go over to his masteries and we work our way down into Helm Smasher. And there we go. So we will go ahead and in just a minute, I will make the run. And I will mostly, just be doing doing an auto run, see how it goes. Not quick battle. Got to make sure I'm not wasting a quick battle here. So we're just going to take him out. I don't do anything special with the team setup anyway. So we'll just see how it goes. I really don't know if... I don't know how it's going to do. Because he's not booked. So he's not going to be maximum damage. Most of the damage on this team comes from the horse anyway. Thor and Wallmaster together put up about the same as Marius. So we'll just see. We'll just see if he puts up some good numbers. Test it out. See if he's a viable option. I don't think it's going to really change my account too much, but I think it'll help out a lot of players. We're starting off pretty hot. Marius putting up some serious damage, even though there's no debuffs or anything out there. Okay, so he hit, I'm guessing that was the A1? I wish we could see what kind of damage they've done along the way. That'd be really helpful. Not an option, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens when players start getting consumed. Is he going to help free them up? Is he going to do enough damage? We'll find out. So far, the team seems pretty safe. Not surprising. I don't think there's that big of a difference between having Thor and Tholin in there. But we'll find out. We'll find out if he truly is a fit or if there was something that Thor is adding to the table that really made a huge difference. Okay, we finally took down one of the heads. And we'll see what kind of damage we can get in here. Okay, wait. Let me see if I can... I just want to see how he does if I manual it real quick. Okay, I've already used his A3. Attack one enemy 2 times. Let's see what this A2 does. I don't know if that was insane there. I don't know. Maybe the blessing really would help. Unfortunately, whoa, got some guys dying here. That could be a problem. I think that was just bad timing. We ran into a little reflect damage, unfortunately. I wouldn't say we're off to the hottest start compared to Thor. But we definitely need to get Marius back into the game. Oh, we did it again? All right. I'm going to have to manual because sometimes my team is stupid. And that reflect damage is not treating us well. I don't know. This isn't going great. Not going to lie. He's not hitting insanely hard, I tell you that much. I mean, he's got decent gear on, and I'm not loving it. But can I get my horse back into the game? That's the big question. All right. So is A3. Let's see what kind of damage. We're at 15.2. What happened? Did I get feared because I wasn't paying attention? Oh, oh, this is brutal. What is happening? Okay, what I need is for Marius to steal those buffs back. That's really hurting us here. Big time. Maybe this is just a rough start. Maybe a little bit of bad RNG. Maybe bad AI. Get back into it. Let's see if we can get away with this. Okay. We're going to steal all those buffs back. We're not. This is a problem. All right. I'm not liking this at all. How is this team set up? Did I do anything special? No? Why is this team dying like this so poorly? All right. We're going to do it without the auto. Doesn't his damage go up as the battle goes on? That's a good question. I have not looked super closely at his kit, not gonna lie. Is a good question. Let's see. His passive activates Demon Breaker skill every 5th turn. For each critical hit landed on the first hit, increases the damage dealt on the second hit by 10%. Each hit decreases the target's attack by 5%. Also increases the champion's attack. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it will get better, but I have to stay alive in order for that to happen. So I'm gonna try this manually, see if I can be smarter than the AI, because the AI is getting me killed. Okay. There we go. I mean, I really don't want to have to manual Hydra again. I gave that up when they nerfed our teams. All right. So let's see how he starts off with his A3. We're at 3.5. So definitely doesn't start off amazingly. But it's supposed to get better, right? So we're going to see how it gets over time. Because clearly that was not an insane number. I mean, Marius's A1 is hitting for more than that. Thanks for the new subs, guys. Welcome in. We are just testing out Tholin tonight. Trying him in a Hydra team. Basically just replace Thor. So nothing that probably hasn't been done 50 times. Z2 hitting for like 160k. That was weak affinity. So maybe that had something to do with it. So we'll see if his damage gets better over time. It's supposed to. We'll see if that really helps him out. I mean, an extra 50% attack does sound pretty enticing. Plus, he has the increase attack in his kit. So it could get really high. We'll have to see. Nice, yeah. I really like Estrid. When I first got Estrid, she pretty much doubled my Hydra score, like right away. All right. We just need to start taking down some heads here. I mean, Thor definitely starts off a lot stronger, right? So this might be kind of a slow burn, which can be a little painful to stomach. But it's the same thing with Ninja, right? Like, you got to get Ninja going. Let's see. This is definitely bringing flashbacks to all those hours I used to have to spend doing Hydra manually before they brought in the auto battles. I didn't miss it apparently. This is pretty rough to do manually. But at least the team is staying alive. All right. So now we can start getting some damage in here. I'm a little surprised that Marius doesn't seem to be stealing the buffs. Feel like he usually does. All right. What am I going to get out of, say, this? Okay. Okay. That was like close to 500,000 on the A2. Took down that head. All right. That's better. Okay. Damage numbers going up. All right. I'm gonna auto run it for a little bit. Hopefully we stay alive. So if you're just joining me, I just have Tholin replacing Thor in my team. And I've got him in a cruel set and a lethal set. Nothing special, no merciless or anything like that. And we're seeing how the damage is going to go. He does have escalating damage, so we'll see how it goes when he gets, 20, 30, 40 turns. The team is doing okay. Doing all right. Okay, that was a big hit. All right. So my normal team with Thor usually gets around 400 million damage. The most I've gotten is about 420 million on Nightmare Hydra. All right, I better manual this before we do something dumb. No, too late. I am thinking about putting taking Mariska off the team and putting in Duchess. I don't know. Just feel like that might be a better option for dealing with Torment. Else I might test out. I I pulled a second Duchess uh like a month ago or so, and I do have Duchess in one of my teams, and uh see if she helps out. I don't know. I really like Mariska in the team because she's got the ally attack, which isn't great, but it's there. But she keeps the team alive, keeps them healed. But maybe if I have a Duchess in there, I get more damage. I don't know. All right, so we're at 42 million damage with a boss turn count of 20. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely not a bad team. I mean, obviously, it's not that Hydra's just not what it once was. Like, it used to be a pretty big challenge. I don't really need to update any of my teams. Like going crazy on Hydra Clash. I don't think it really even helps unless you're in one of the top clans where they demand that you get like a super high score. Like for my clan, if I go super high, if I get like a crazy high number, it just means we're gonna have stronger competition in the following week. So it doesn't really matter. It's nice to have options anyway. I don't know if Tholin is going to be good in Chimera. Um, Probably not. Probably won't help me there. Might help some people. I don't know. Currently, my damage in Chimera is Marius and Newt. Like that's most of the damage. All right. Now, this team isn't bad. Now that I've kept them alive. All right. What's going to happen here? He does not attack this head. Is that okay? That's because it's mischief. Okay. Not his fault. Calm down. It would be nice if he had a double AoE for that kind of thing. That's what I like about my normal team is that everybody has AoE attacks, which is great for dealing with mischief, in my opinion. Because I don't have a true hexer in the team, I have somebody with a hex set. Okay, there we go. I mean, the team's not bad. I don't know if it's going to be quite the damage that I'm used to. I haven't done a manual run of Hydra in so long. I don't even remember how many turns I usually give the boss. I feel like a normal number is like 120. I don't know. Can you let me know? Does anybody still do a manual run? Like, how much damage am I going to get? I feel like this team is going to get like 250, 300 million damage, which is great for a lot of people. But I mean, I'm used to getting over 400 million, right? So is this going to be enough? Is Tholin going to start doing some serious damage? I, you know what? I bet he would have been even better before they nerfed it so that you only had 1,000 turns instead of 1,500. Does he have more time to escalate, right? Okay. So it seems we're getting about 2 million per boss turn. Not terrible. Painfully slow to watch Hydra these days. This is probably, other than people who are into live arena, Hydra was the most fun in the game before they nerfed it, right? But now, like, I don't even want to watch it. Yeah, I will. I'll show you my Wixwell team. Um, he's in one of my teams, I should say. I don't know if I'd call it a Wixwell team, but team with Wixwell. Uh, yeah, he's great. I mean, as long as you hit that early provoke, like I do the auto run, and if he hits the provoke, I'm good to go. If he doesn't, I have to rerun it. That's the only thing. Like, that's why Molly is my favorite provoker on my account because she's hitting that AoE provoke every time, sometimes for 2 turns. She's amazing. I've got her going fast enough that usually I don't have any problems, except for when we start getting feared and stuff. All right, we need to deal with this. There we go. All right. That's the other thing I like about Marishka is you're not going to have a problem with poisons at all. I mean, I guess with Duchess you wouldn't either, so it would be interesting to see if my second Duchess would help out this team. All right. So the damage is okay. It will be interesting to see how much he puts out at the end of the fight. I mean, I guess to get a final analysis on this guy, I'd have to see him with the 5-star soul. I think that's going to make a huge difference for him. He's good. I think, like anybody who's a new player, anybody who is progressing, who is still working on building their 3 teams, anybody who's not getting the 1.2 billion Hydra clash points every week can use him. I think he's good. I don't think he's as good as Thor. I don't think that he is going to change any of my teams, even after he gets a 5-star soul. Maybe I'll try him again when he does. I think he's going to help a lot of players, and I hope that a lot of people went for him, especially with the last fusion. What was his name? Ishiyama or something like that? I haven't heard of anybody using him since he came out. I'm sure somebody is, but I skipped the last fusion. And I hope that a lot of people went for this guy because I think he's decent. He just died. That's okay. Molly will bring him back. He's fine. I don't know. Let me know in chat if you have tried out Tholin. Have you put him in your Hydra team? Is he helping you out? I think he's good. I think a lot of the YouTubers out there, the big time content creators, they're not going to use him. They've got better options because they're all kind of top end players for the most part. Other than like some of the newer YouTubers that are like playing on free to play accounts or new accounts, they should be excited about it. I've been playing for 4 years, just about 4 years next month. He's good. I just don't think he's the best. He might fit on my brutal team. Not gonna lie. I might try him out on my brutal team. I don't think he's a good fit at all on. No, let me take that back. I think he might fit on my hard team. I don't think he fits at all on my brutal team. You had to skip the last one and pull the 5-star soul. Oh yeah, 2,500 attack is kind of low. Not gonna lie. The 260 crit damage is okay, but you need to get attack percent, uh, chest plate. You need an attack ring. You need an attack banner. Try to get higher attack. I mean, even if you're a newer player, like if you're like a mid game player, you still want to try to get like over 4,000, 4,500 attack. 2,500 is not going to do it for this guy. Ishiyama, I actually won the 5-star soul for. I think there was a champion chase, and I pulled a lot that weekend, and I won it. I don't have the champion, so I might sell it. None of the gears plus 16. I'm on day 135. Okay, listen, you're new. Give it time. Keep this guy. He's going to help you out for a long time. Um, I would say for any new player, if you're worried about what you should upgrade your gear to, focus on the middle pieces. So get your crit damage gloves, or get your gloves, your chest piece, and your boots. Focus on getting those to 16. Everything else can stay at 12 pretty much as you're progressing. When you start getting more silver, you get better gear. That's when you want to start, getting everything up to plus 16. But you don't have great gear right now. Getting everything to plus 16 is kind of a waste of silver because you're going to waste all that silver on gear that you're not going to want in 3 months or 6 months, right? So yeah, are but you already have two Hydra teams. That's good. Um, when I started the game, Hydra hadn't even come out yet. Hydra came out when I was maybe 5 months into the game, somewhere around there. So when it first came out, it was actually harder than it is now. They had to make it easier. They had to make it so that Hex was a thing. When I first started playing the game, Hex was useless. Like it basically did nothing. It added maybe a little bit of damage to a few champions. But Hydra was really, really hard when it first came out. I was lucky to be able to get the smallest chest for the first few months. Okay, let's make sure that we don't die here. Should be okay. Except that we've been feared too many times. Who is this? Suffering. Great. Okay. There we go. We get a hex in. Okay. This will free him up. Okay. Just want this run to keep going. I don't buy shards, and I have pulled 13 Legos. I've never had to get near Mercy, and I got Freya. Freya's awesome. I wish I had her. Raka. Uh, did they buff her recently? She helps me a lot. Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't have 13 legendaries 4 months in. I probably had like six. Like I had real slow start. I don't buy shards either. I bought four void shards one time. And that was just so that I could get a guaranteed seer. Because that was the only way I've ever gotten a seer is there was a guarantee about 2.5 years ago where you could get a seer for 40 shards. And I had like 37. So I bought a 4 pack. And that's the only time I've ever bought shards in the game. Yeah. So as hard as Hydra is now, because of how they nerfed Krunda and everything, it was actually harder when it first came out 3.5 years ago. Harder than it is now. Because at least we have Hex in the game now, and we've got so many more Hydra related champions now. Um, People were not putting up billions in Hydra. They were not putting up billions of damage. Um, Prunda was good from the very beginning. Um, but basically any max HP champion was usually used. Like when it first came out, people were using like top end players were like using Geomancer and Husk and like Royal Guard and stuff like that. And then like after a little bit, champions like Acrizia and Sulfurion were coming out, and they were starting to do more damage. And then people started figuring it out, and so Hydra is harder now than it was 2 years ago, but it was actually harder when it very first came out, in my opinion. So it does stink. I think unfortunately when they changed Hydra like last year or whatever, they hurt newer players and progressing players more than anybody. Like they actually just made it easier for someone like me because I, you know, only have to do a run for like 45 minutes or an hour instead of an hour and a half. And then they came out with auto run, and most weeks my Hydra takes me about 3 minutes. Unless I get a bunch of runs that fail for whatever, like the auto run doesn't hit the provoke at the right time. Then, maybe I have to do a run like this in the background. But for someone like me that's been playing a while, and I don't care about like, I'm not like a top player where I have to put up, 10 or 20 or 30 billion clash points or whatever. Like, they actually made it easier for me. But for like a newer player, I think it's kind of a bummer what they did, personally. Even though I have Trunda and she is one of my favorite champions in the game, nerfing all the players. So and I think that's a pretty common opinion. I don't know why they decided to do it this way, but at least there are a lot more good champions for fighting Hydra now. And Tholin's good. Thor's better. Even if even if he had a 5 star. I think that's, unless I'm way off about the boss turn count. If I get like 200 turns from the boss, it'll be close. It'll be real close, actually. I just don't remember. Does anybody know how many turns do the bosses normally get? I mean, I guess it depends on like turn meter manipulation and stuff. Like how fast are my champions going? But just let me know, like, if you do a manual every week, how many turns does the boss usually get on you? I mean, I haven't popped up a warning yet, so I'm not at 750 turns. You got 18 Legos, 5 free ones, and pulled 13. Okay, wow. 18 legendaries in 4 months. Like early on, that's really good. Like if they're good ones, right? Like if you this game is so RNG heavy. Like if you get 18 terrible legendaries, then they're just sitting in your vault. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I do not swap out champions based on Hydra affinity. My teams, like, there is some variation on how they do week to week, but not much. Like, not in a way that affects my Clash score. Like, I'm getting the top 3 chests for Nightmare, Hard, and Brutal, right? So I'm not worried about that. Like, getting the 1.2 billion Clash points isn't a problem for me. So I don't worry about that. I know a lot of people do, like, they mid max that thing. I don't worry about it. It all kind of works out. I mean, look at this. I mean, you have affinity heads of all 3 colors, right? You got spirit, force, magic, so you kind of need them all anyway. Like, as long as your team isn't like all spirit, right? Like, that could be a concern. But I just don't worry about it. Maybe I should, but it doesn't affect my teams enough for me to care. Never cared. I think it's a little overrated. I could see where it could cause some problems for very specific champions, but I mean, Steam's doing all right, not gonna lie. Should take a look here to see how Tholin does with his hits now that he's certainly had enough turns to ramp up his damage, right? Okay, I don't want to waste it on a fear or anything. So that was actually smart of me. I'll try to get a good affinity hit with his A2 and his A3. See how it's doing now. Welcome into the chat. We are pretty deep into a Hydra run here, testing out Tholin, comparing him to Thor. And okay, we got his A2 now. We'll see how it has escalated. So let's see how he does against the Magic Affinity Head of Decay. And that's not insane. I mean, that was his A2, right? Did I misclick? So that was only 400k. I think that could have been better. I mean, we have a weaken on him. I don't know. I mean, the team's doing all right, but it might be in spite of him. I don't know. You got Frame. You got Sigmund. I mean, come on. Oh wait, are you talking about High Shield? I was thinking Siegfried. Okay, never mind. Islin. Okay, he's fun, but he's not like game changing. I love Estrade. You can use her all over the place. You can use her in Arena. You can use her in Hydra. You can use her in Chimera. She's good everywhere. Uh, okay, you got a lot of like good-ish old school damage dealers. Like Kanderfun was really good for a long time. Now he's been kind of outclassed by a lot, but I mean, I mean, you got enough there. Yeah, Estrid. I mean, it took me 6 months before I got, before you get the free Sale of the Drakes. Before I got her, like Arena was so hard because I didn't have enough speed. I didn't have enough, I wasn't staying alive. And but then I could get like Arbiter at like, I don't know. I don't know how long it took me to get Arbiter. 8, 9 months probably. Yeah. Got Alice and Sun Wukong. You got so much more than I started with. uh, Mountain King was my main damage dealer for like the first 3, 4 months of the game, and then I got Ray. Ray was my arena damage dealer for like a year, and then when we got Supreme Elhain, which she was my damage dealer for like another year. Like I did not get good nukers for the first 3 years of my account. Like I had okay nukers. Now I'm doing all right. I've got some better options, but Arbiter on day 110. I feel like Arbiter is easier to get than she used to be. Maybe players were just smarter than I was back then. Yeah, I did not have great luck. um Arena wise, I didn't have great luck. I always had like decent PvP luck, but like I could never get good arena nukers. Like I still don't have a Rhodos. Been playing for 4 years. I don't have a Rhodos, but I have enough options in arena now. I would still like to get one of those. I don't have Harima. I would love to get a Harima. Yeah. Getting those arena bonuses, uh, they're so important. Not everybody takes the time to do that. Okay, I need to make sure that I don't lose. I can't lose my Marius. Got to focus here. Oh, that's not a ton of damage. I could be in trouble here if I lose my Marius. Like I'd be feeling a lot more comfortable if I had Thor in the team right now. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Rhodos is definitely better than Thor in Arena. You're not kidding. Oh, that's trouble. Okay, so now we're kind of seeing where we would be. We got another 200 turns to go. This is a pretty good team, but it's not going to compare to the Thor team, I'm afraid. Yeah, Thor is definitely much better in Hydra, for sure. That's why he's usually in this team. I'm going to be real interested in seeing what Tholin's damage is going to be at the end of this. It doesn't feel like he hits insanely hard, but he's not like killing the team. Like it's not like we're doing no damage. He's just not doing enough. Maybe the 5-star will change it. I guess I'll have to find out in a couple weeks when I get through that whole event. Hey, Chris, welcome back in. We're testing out Tholin tonight. He's doing all right, but he's only got the 1 star, so he's not quite matching up with Thor, which I think has been the consensus, so I'm not exactly surprised. And I'm not saying he's like a 1-for-1 champion, like they're not exactly the same or anything, but they're both damage dealers, so they should be, somewhat comparable, both attack based. He's not doing as good. Oh, is tomorrow gonna get us over the hump on the 3 star? Okay. But no, I'm almost done with this run. I'm not gonna come back tomorrow and do the same run at 3 stars. I think the 5 star could make a difference, and if it does, um, guess I'll have to make a video on that. But we're about 5/6 of the way there, but we're not going to get to the damage that I'm used to. With Thor in the team, I usually get between 390 to 420 million damage. Here we're looking at 340-ish million. That's pretty bad, actually. That's pretty bad. I think it'll help out a lot of players, but for like an end game player, I don't think a lot of people are going to be too impressed. I think for like an early game player, a mid game player, late mid game player, even, or someone that just hasn't had good luck on pulling Hydra damaging champions. But I did try him out in a Cursed City stage, and he actually did some good damage there. So I think that he's useful. I don't think he's, S tier or anything. Yeah, my wall master only has 1 or 2 stars too, I think. Um, I really need to get a better soul for him as well. But yeah, I feel like he's better. Wall master is usually better than Thor too, though, in my team. So that's not really surprising. Um, Honestly, I probably need to build my Thor even better. Let's uh let's keep Wallmaster alive here. B plus? I think he's at least B plus. I mean, probably I'm gonna say A minus. I mean, you're in the right ballpark. I mean, what do those letters mean anyway? Yeah, I mean, he's good. Yeah, I mean, somewhere around there, right? It's hard to judge exactly what letter grade. I mean, the good thing is I think he's useful in a lot of PvE content. Um, Thor, for comparison, though, is going to be more useful for. I mean, he's better in Hydra, and he's better in Arena. For a lot of people, still use him in Arena, and he's not bad. I have used him sparingly in like live Arena. Okay, we stayed alive, so okay, we're probably gonna actually do a little bit better than I was projecting because we're already almost at 340 million. So we're at 94% of the way through. Maybe get 360, 370. I mean, but how much damage are we going to get from Tholin? And what's the difference going to be if he had a 3, 4, 5 star, whatever? I guess I'll have to find that out in a couple weeks. Guess now we're just waiting a few minutes to see what the final damage numbers are going to be. I really wish that I could see it as it went. Marius, of course, is going to be the big damage dealer here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be saving this run, even though it took 45 minutes of our lives. And it's not a bad run. I mean, there's a lot of players that would kill for 350 million damage in Nightmare Hydra, right? But if I'm missing out on 50 million damage, I'm not going to keep it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at the damage numbers, and then I'm going to do an auto run with Thor to show you the difference in the damage. It's a good team. Uh, 112 on normal's not bad. Some people would think it was bad. Some people would be jealous of it. Took me a long time to get there. Yeah, 750 attack, 38. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I think the 5 star will help for sure. I mean, the 5 star would definitely make this a lot closer, right? Like, I'm not hating on him. We're going to take a look at these final damage numbers, though. It better be something. I'm going to guess that he's going to have like 40 or 50 million damage. Uh, my Thor last week got like 90 million. So here we go, 364.99. And he put up 37 million. No. I mean, Wallmaster only has 1 star too. Tholin put up 37 million, which isn't terrible. That's not terrible, but you know, Esther got 30 million just from uh putting out the hex, right? Because she's in a curse set. 37 million is not insane. And I feel like the build isn't bad. It's not as good as my Thor build, to be fair. It's not a perfect build. It's not like I haven't gotten all the ascensions right. It's okay. He's okay. I think a lot of people could use him, but I'm going to have to free regroup that because these are normal numbers for Marius and Othorion. Like those are relatively normal. Yeah, I think I think he's good enough to help out, 90-95% of players. And I think a lot of people are going to want to use him. But he's probably not going to have an amazing reputation from a lot of the content creators that we know and love because he's not comparing with these guys. He's not S tier like Marius, but who is? Nobody. Uh he's not like S minus A plus like Othorion. Yeah, he's like A minus B plus territory. I'm afraid regroup that before I do something I regret. And I'm going to unfortunately I have a quest. I always do my quest, but I have a Hydra quest tonight. So this is my normal team. I'll throw Thor in there. We'll quick battle this. Hopefully it works in one run. Sometimes mistakes happen. I have to do it again. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully it won't embarrass me here. Did they say it was must do? When his kit first came out, I was on vacation. So I kind of what I saw was mixed reviews. Okay, this should be a good team. Okay, this is my best run ever. So a little bit lucky there. But Thor did 72 million. Marius did 221. Okay. That was really good RNG. Thor Thor last week got 90 million. I don't know if this is a new rotation. I'm gonna keep that before I do anything dumb. Okay, well J Gigs is he's a different kind of content creator. He's good at the game, but he's a different kind of content creator. I mean, he's doing free to play stuff. Um, very different than if you're looking at somebody like Ash or Nub or Drock or Hell Hades. Um, Jay Giggs does know what he's doing, but he's looking at it from a different angle. So I think, somebody who is playing free to play, he is kind of a must do. If you're, especially, if you haven't been playing the game for a very long time. Um, yeah, I mean, he's good. I I think he will be better with a 5 star. I don't think he's absolutely insane. Thanks for everybody who has shown up. I will show the build again. If you have uh, any recommendations on how to make this better, obviously I have to fix the ascensions and stuff. But I've got him in cruel and lethal. I've got him crit damage. Obviously, this would be better with a 20% crit damage extra there. We got him an attack percentage chest piece. Obviously, it would be better with another 20% attack. Obviously, the speed boots would be better with more speed or more attack. So he could have been better, not gonna lie. I think he's probably like 70-80% of what Thor is if you built him up right. Obviously, this ascension isn't right. This one is good. I haven't mid-maxed anything, but he's built pretty well. I mean, he's got with the Hydra bonuses, 5,700 attack, 320 crit damage, 347 accuracy. He's built all right, you know? So, what do you think about this guy? Does he just need that 5 star? Does he just need slightly better stats? Or is he just a very good but not insanely great champion? I think he's very good, but he's not insane. Like he's gonna help out most players. Let me see what else I got going on in the game right now. Finish that up. Um, I always do my quests. We got so many stinking events and tournaments. I mean, we got the event dungeon happening starting today and the spider dungeon tomorrow. There's no chance to breathe. And it wouldn't be that big of a deal except that we're trying to get the 5 star for Tholin, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have Thor, or if you don't have 3 fully built teams, he's good. But yeah, I mean, there was the Sand Devil. I did that. Did Gonna have to do the spider, gonna have to do the event dungeon. Because we got the dungeon divers going on. All in between fusions. I mean, I kind of like to stay active and have things to do between fusions. But having like multiple tournaments, multiple dungeon tournaments at the same time is asking a lot. I think it will scale well with higher attack because of the A2. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, there are definitely people with better gear than me, but a lot of people without that kind of gear, right? So you can't just be like, you can't just throw them in there with no gear and expect insane results, right? But that's always kind of true. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. I think Thor is better, but you know, people can still use this guy, and that's good for the game. Because when did Thor come out? Like 8, 9 months ago, something like that. 7, 8, 9 months ago. Not everybody got him. Newer players, people who started in the last year, most of them don't have him. So I know brand new players. If you start an account like in the last few weeks, you can get Tholin for free. Uh, who wouldn't have loved to start with a Tholin? Like he's good. Like maybe he's not S tier, but wouldn't you want to start out with a few A tier champions or even B plus, A minus tier champions? I I would have. I would have liked to start with the guy. I think that's the conclusion that we're coming to here. I think everybody's kind of in agreement. What are you guys up to in the game tonight? I just need to make a few of these dungeon runs. This dungeon is so hard. I was able to get this team to beat level 25, but it's not consistent enough, so I'm just running 20 and dealing with it. I was able to get through. I had a I had speed farming teams for the last two event dungeons, but my regen gear is just so bad. Like I never thought I'd have to farm more regen gear because I just had a few mediocre sets that I used uh, for a couple of dungeons, and my gear is just terrible for this particular event. Uh, regular clan boss, yeah. I mean, I don't even have a legendary in my clan boss team, so yeah, for a new player, or even like a mid game player that if you're still working on getting a one key Ultra Nightmare, yep, could probably do some damage. I I don't really mess with my clan boss team, you know, like that's been kind of solved content for a while. But you're probably right. You probably help out a lot of people as a clan boss too. You got to have the gear, of course, but the regular clan boss doesn't need insane gear. It just needs like some life steal or some good enough speed. Really, it's more about having the right champions. Because, I mean, my main damage dealers for a clan boss are just a Geomancer and an Eris. I have one of those Demitha teams. I do the Myth Air. And so, yeah, I mean, but if you're a newer player, just getting any kind of damage on the clan boss is going to help you uh, progress your account. I think they actually did something smart here. Not necessarily for the Krakens of the game or even the end game players, but to get more attention to the game, to get more newer players into the game, super useful, right? Like maybe he won't change my account, but for a lot of you out there, pretty good. Good. I mean, can't all be the best champion, right? Not every fusion's going to be the best champion. He's very good though. I mean, that was the problem for me though with Alice. Like Alice is a really good champion, I don't have a use for her. Like maybe now with like hard faction wars, maybe I could use her, maybe some Centrano stuff, but then they came out with um Fabian right after, and he's way better than her. Like not he doesn't do the damage she does, but as far as like the skill reduction and stuff, he's so much better than her. So I never really needed her. I already had a warlord on my account. Um, and he's better for that. She's a better damage dealer, of course, but I didn't really need her. That doesn't mean that she's not good. I just, as an end game player, I didn't really need her. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your account, right? Not account changing for me, but for a newer player, yeah, I mean, everybody's in a different spot, right? All right. So, how are you guys doing with this event dungeon? She's hard, right? Like, fortunately, I've got a decent seer, so I can take care of the waves pretty easily, at least up through like stage 25. It's just the lack of good regen gear. I have the elixir relic on both Geomancer and Aox. I don't know if you need both of these champions in the team. I think most people would use one or the other. Um, you're manualing stage 20. Oh my goodness. And I don't think you're crazy for doing that. That's just hard. I mean, even stage 20 is kind of hard. I finally figured out my team. Like, my stage 20 team is pretty consistent. Like, the last few days, like, I changed this team a few days ago and I haven't seen it fail since. Um, I got it up through stage 25, but the RNG was not great. It was like 50-50. So I wasn't really happy with that. I just don't have the right kind of gear for this particular event, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, my runs take 1 to 2 minutes, but at least it's not manual. Fabian, Fabian, interesting. Fabian, Newt. I should probably try a Marius or a Newt. Maybe take out Geomancer or something. See if that would help. I don't know. That's an interesting team. I do not have Elva. Wish I had Elva for Chimera. She'd really help out my account. She's one of my most wanted legendaries, for sure. All right, so we've tried out Tholin. I have a bunch of champions that I actually need to be building up. So I think I'm going to be trying to do some more live streams in the coming days. I need to build Lamasu because I just got her the last personal CVC, so 2 weeks ago. I have her skilled. She's fully booked. She's fully mastered. I did the masteries, I think, last weekend or last week. But I don't really know what I want to do with Lamasu. Where even is she? Have you guys picked up Lamasu yet? Um, Finally got enough shards for her like 3, 4 weeks ago or whatever. Was able to pull her a couple weeks ago. I've got her masteries. I haven't mastered her yet. I need to build her. I just don't know what I want to do with her. Um, do I want her mostly focused on arena? Um, I don't know. Demon Spawn is actually of great interest to me for arena because I've got Carnage and I've got Volcanos and Duchess, so I could throw her in there somewhere. I'll show you my team. Who do I want to go against? How about this team? So this is what I usually run. Where would I put Lamasu? Who would I take out here? Would I take out Fabian or would I take out Carnage? Like, I like having a reviver in my team. I'll go ahead and show you this team. Why not? Yeah, if your clan isn't super siege focused, you either gotta suck it up or you gotta find a new clan. It took us a while, but we were able to squeeze on by. Yeah, Fabian. I started using Fabian more in live arena than Armands. Because when I chose Armands and I ran up against a Fabian, Fabian was more of a problem. So I like Fabian a lot. Like, I still use Armands a lot too, but he's just got so much in his kit. I mean, you take away the buffs, you take away their skills, you take away their ability to do anything when they've been revived. I mean, he's insane. I mean, if you have a really good Armands, he's insane too, right? Won the last 5 sieges. Nice. What am I even doing? Yeah, fortunately, now that I have her, Siege is pretty much just for getting gear, right? Just getting feral gear is not to be overlooked. Yeah, we're just trying to get our strategies down a little bit better. Uh Siege just started out so weird where like they had it so that like building up your stronghold was a bad idea. Just it started out so stupid that we just kind of we always played it, but we didn't take it like insanely seriously. We just tried our best without overthinking it. Um, Usually, Siege just came down to could we take down their stronghold? Because we're not like a super top clan. And so, what it came down to is could they beat my top teams? If not, then we just had to take down their stronghold. Our stronghold has only gone down like twice in the 10 months or so that it's been out. Um, I don't hate that it's every other week. There's enough to do in the game, and it kind of offsets with CVC. So, like, having to do a CVC and a siege at the same time, I think would be too much for a lot of people. Too much for the clan leaders to yell at members over. Fortunately, I'm not a member or a clan leader. Uh, I'm just like a deputy or whatever they're called now. Vice leader, deputy, whatever I'm called, I don't know. Yeah, I like the siege rewards too. Like now that I have Lamasu and we don't have to worry about getting any more of her shards, like siege is actually pretty chill to me because the worst thing that's going to happen is that you only get a little bit of feral gear, and the best thing that happens is you get a lot of good feral gear, right? Deputy sheriff? No. This isn't Nottingham. Um, I don't know what I'm doing. So, do you get for those of you who have Lamasu, how do you ever build? Because I don't know. I haven't watched any videos on her since I got her. Um, Immune to sheep. She can put intercept on. Obviously, she's gonna need some accuracy, right? So, do we do like feral or pinpoint plus? Like, do we worry about stone skin? Because I put stone skin on pretty much everybody for arena. Because I'm not fast enough or strong enough to just be taking down everybody without having stone skin. If I didn't have stone skin on my champions, they'd all die. Yeah, there's too much going on right now. Too much to do. I'm gonna actually look up on Hell Hades right now. Let's see. Let's take a look at this right now. See what he has for Lamasu. Fix this. All right. So, cruelty, fine. Let's do. Let's see. We've got speed, perception. Oh, PvP. Speed, perception, stone skin, bolster. I do not have enough bolster gear. I don't pay for gear. So that's not going to be an option. So yeah, it's probably going to be either feral or pinpoint plus stone skin. And we need speed, accuracy, and keep her alive. Yeah, kind of makes sense. I didn't know that she was so tanky. What kind of stats does she have? Um you're just now putting on the golden elixir. Brilliant. Glad I could be there for you. um Let me compare. Uh Backup Duchess. Okay, so she has 33k HP and Lamasu had about 30. Okay. So somewhat tanky, I guess. About, yeah, pretty close. I need to build my second Duchess. I've got a lot of champions to build right now. So that'll keep me busy on stream for the next several days, I'm sure. Uh, Jag is not somebody that I care about building anytime soon. Okay. So we're not gonna be replacing Thor in this team. Um, Tholin does not fit at all with this team. He just doesn't. Don't like how that one would work out. And then my hard team, maybe. Like I might take out Supreme Gaelic. This has always been a weird combination that I don't know how it even works. With Gaelic and Artak in the same team. It feels like they should cancel each other out, but they actually work pretty well together. So maybe throwing Tholin in with Trunda, maybe good. Maybe. So when I get my 5 stars, I'll probably try out that team and see how that goes. If it goes well, maybe I'll make a video on that. Ah, we're winning the CVC that doesn't matter. So, good job by us. And I guess we're just waiting for something exciting to happen with a deck of fate, maybe? I'm hoping for a deck of fate. Hoping for a deck of fate where I can pull my soul stones because I've been saving these for a long time now. All right. So that was it. Tholin. Final judgment to be determined with 5 stars, but for now, he's in the hall of pretty good. Pretty good champion. All right. I think that's it for me tonight. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for all my new subscribers. I will probably be back maybe tomorrow night. We'll see if things work out for that. I don't see why not, but I'm going to be trying to stream at about 8 p.m. most nights, Pacific time, that is, 8 p.m. Pacific. So if you're on the East Coast, that's 11 p.m. If you're in Europe, you woke up early if you're catching this. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back next time. See ya!